It's my YouTube channel and I get to choose the weirdly specific video topics. Dislyte is a video game. For those of you who don't know, Dislyte is a stylish, urban, mythological gacha game developed by Farlight and Lilith Games, which had its global release only back in 2022. Characters in the game are known as espers, which are people who receive divine powers from a specific deity after these huge monoliths known as miracles appeared in the world. The game has a pretty interesting story, and a great aesthetic style. It can be a little bit grindy, but it's a gacha game, so that kinda comes with the package. The aesthetic of Dislyte is really what draws a lot of people to it. The visuals are great, the music is fantastic, the stories are usually pretty good, and the characters are awesome. Which is exactly why I've decided to rank all the hot furry men in the game based on how musky I think they would smell on this here tier list. Let's go. Of course, we have to start with the poster boy of the game, Drew. Being your classic butler stereotype, he's very conscious of always being presentable and clean. So for our Anubis boy, he of course goes into clean freak. Now, I hate to break the heart of so many pit furs, but good old Freddy Fazbear is actually very serious about his cleanliness. He's always making sure he's at his most presentable. He even buys Chloe's bougie ass shampoo to keep his mane looking fresh and smelling good, which means Freddy goes into the smells nice category. Next up are the epic furs.
Those who covered artifacts die.
Jimi Hendrix's persona, also known as Alolan, lands himself in the showers regular category. As an archaeologist, he spends a lot of time around dusty and dirty artifacts, but he's also always presentable and takes good care to make sure that he's clean. So while I feel like he probably wouldn't smell nice, he at least wouldn't smell bad.
This place is under my protection.
Next up, we have the sexy Sobek beast that is Daylon, and he scores himself in Smells Nice. Daylon takes care of a lot of plants, and if I remember correctly, there's actually a scenario where someone compliments his aroma, so I'm fairly confident in my placement.
You want to work with me? Bring something to the table.
Now at first glance, you might think Sander falls in the stinky bitch tier. I mean, look at him. He's based on Set, a stinky. And he's a Twitter boomer. But in reality, Sander is actually very particular about staying clean. Much like his underling Freddy Fuckboy, he also gets special shampoo from Chloe, and even his voice lines mentions that he doesn't tolerate any form of dirt on him. So I think he fits nicely with Drew and Clean Freak.
Protein, low carbs, no trans fat.
Our big bull daddy lands himself in showers regularly. A decision I've made based on the fact that he's a family man, but he's also a busybody with his, work. So I imagine that he would at least be fine smelling. Now, finally into the legendary furs. Starting with...
You ready to pay the price?
What is there to say about this thin-waisted, pants-unbuttoned having Azeen? Liam is a seafaring adventurer who's also definitely very mentally sane.
Shut up!
But being a seafarer, I can imagine that Liam wouldn't smell very nice, so I'm gonna place him in this bitch stinky.
Never, ever run away from the truth.
Teffer is a famous detective in the city of Tankton, and he's also a freaking cutie. I won't lie, this might have a bit of my own bias baked in here, because I definitely have a thing for short stacks. But based on everything I've read with Teffer, he seems to be someone that is actually very clean, so I feel like putting him in Smells Nice is a fair spot.
Eat this, suckers! Come on.
I'm just gonna say it now. Brewster is my favorite character. I love this little rocket raccoon wannabe wolf, and if I were to describe the things I would do with him, then this video would very quickly be wiped off the face of the internet. I'm not gonna put this lightly. Brewster stinks. He is a wanderer, and I doubt he ever really takes much time to shower. So I imagine that Brewster smells like a real musky husky mixed with explosive chemicals, which is why I will put him in the actual biohazard tier.
I will judge all the injustices this world.
If there's any character you've seen from this game, Javid is definitely one of them. This big hunk of a lion man has such charm to him that even one look at him will get most furs swooning. Don't deny it, I can see how you're looking at the screen. Anyway, Javid is from Milo, which is a desert city, so I can imagine that while his fur might be a little dusty sometimes, he's still probably on the cleaner side. So I think placing him here is good. Besides, Javid has a very close relationship with Jin Q, so I doubt that he would be caught smelling bad around him. There is no heterosexual explanation for this. And speaking of Jin Q,
Inmates, get ready for today's punishment!
now I can almost guarantee you've seen Jin Q before, even if you didn't know it was him. This man has more furs firsting for him than he has prison cells to lock all you horny beasts in. Therefore, I think placing him in the Secret Daddy leather smell category seems appropriate. I have no doubt in my mind that this man's musk is naturally leathery. And also, just for those of you in the audience, I'm gonna give you a full 10 seconds of Jin Q's summer skin. You're welcome.
To resolve conflict, violence should not be needed. Only more thought.
You ran, I ran, we all run! From the crushing weight of her existential dread. Yu-Ran is a politician in Tankton, and he's always looking freaking majestic.
It's sexy!
Even when he's being detained and tortured, he can't help but be a snack. Therefore, I'm placing him in Smells Nice.
Embla. I guess it was all a dream.
Foo Dog from Jake Long American Drag. Fushi is a scientist researching Esperhun in order to bring back his lover Embla, but for the sake of my fantasies, I'm going to ignore that reality and substitute it with my own. But from everything I can gather, Fushi isn't exactly smelling like a bouquet of flowers, spending all of his time in his musky lab. But I don't think he smells bad either, so I think an appropriate placement is showers regularly.
Ladies and gentlemen, wow! Yeah! Let's get this show on the road.
Lastly, we have Wendell Fortnite. Wait, that's not his fucking name. Wenlock is the newly added Scrungly Bungo to hit the Dislyte Esper catalog, and he is a joy. He's fun, vibrant, and has a welcoming smile that definitely doesn't give I'm going to eat your pancreas vibes. Being a failed stage actor turned street performer, and also a major hippie, I doubt Wenlock cares much for his personal hygiene, so therefore I'm placing him in This Bitch Stinky. And with that, we've gone through all the furry men in this game. Okay, fine, let's talk about Zai. We barely know anything about this stinky mutt, but from his appearance, I'm going to place him in This Bitch Stinky too. A shirtless wandering goggy is definitely going to fit there. And with that, we've actually tackled all the furry men in this game. Do you agree with my rankings? If not, let me know in the comments, and I won't read them. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed the video. Please don't come back, and have a great day. Johnny.